I was like, I'm gonna go for this, and she was a little timid at first for the idea, and I get it because not everything in this world works out. So to make an investment of money, whether it be big or small, and honey's not cheap, so
Anywhere.
no, no, nowhere in this world. So, it's like, but the bottling machine, the freaking, all this other. So, and I went about it in the most cost effective way I could possibly do it. I had to go all in. That's how I do things. I either I'm going to give it all of myself. Like that sign says behind you, you are your only limit.
That's it.
It, it's the truth, man. The only person that's going to get in your way is yourself. If you give it all you've got, you're probably going to accomplish it to some degree. And, you can accomplish it to any degree as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other.
Matt, welcome to the Pizza King podcast. On Instagram, we know you as Sweeza, but you got a whole bunch of other stuff going on too. Tell us who you are. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being a part of this.
I mean, thanks for being up for chatting and just, it's cool. Again, it's cool not to be just to be part of the community, but then introduce myself to a bit more of the community. I got involved because of Swedes, because I live in Sweden. I'm from New York. I moved here to, my wife's Swedish, and I moved here, and the pizza here is different. It's very different. It's is from my understanding, it was brought here to Sweden by more of a Middle Eastern culture. So the taste is a bit different. The number one pizza here is kebab pizza. But because of that, there's a lack of New York pizza. And me being a Long Island person missing New York pizza, I started diving into the idea of venturing out and going with my son and being like, all right, let's do the Dave Portnoy thing, but here, and
Yeah,
just kind of see what's what. And what is turns out most places are the same. I would say 9 out of 10 pizzerias taste identical.
really.
And I mean identical. And it would be super interesting. Like to have, if you were able to taste it, it's kind of hard to describe because it just doesn't taste like, I'm sure you've had New York pizza and it doesn't taste like that. So, and that's what I'm mainly familiar with, or even the Connecticut style. I started studying online how to make New York pizza, and I found some channels and some people that were really diving into it and dabbling. And then I befriended Garrett at a Vincenzo's Pizzeria in Levittown on Long Island. And when I went back to New York to visit family, he showed me how to make pizza for real. And
Nice.
then I saw some video from Scott and Scott's Pizza Tours. We met up, and when I was in New York too, I started picking the brains of people that were in this business and needed to know how to make it. Yeah, and that's just the way Swedza got started, and then from there, that's what led me into the honey business.
So kind of like kind of took a full deep dive into the industry there. But when you were going around taking, doing and I love those videos of you and your son, by the way,
Thanks, man.
doing the pizza, you guys are keeping it super real. You didn't find anything that was kind of like the favorite. The
Yeah,
favorite, did it turn into, and thinking about American culture, like we have pizza night. We eat pizza every Wednesday here at my house
yeah,
still. So like,
sure.
is there a pizza night culture in Sweden?
No, no, and I found that out when I moved here. There's taco night, and it's not on Tuesday.
What?
Like, growing up, I remember pizza was Friday night, and when I was
Yeah.
growing up, it was like Friday night. That was the exciting night. You got pizza. Here, it's tacos on Friday. Everybody expects tacos on Friday, and it's interesting to find that out. Pizza culture here, it's growing in some of the major cities. I live kind of off the beaten path, about an hour from the big, one of the more major cities, and their pizza culture is growing. It's not what it would be in New York. It is just different. It's super, super different. As I mentioned, I don't think the camera's rolling yet. Kebab pizza is or maybe I said it a second ago, I don't know, but kebab pizza is number one. And it's good, but I'm the guy. I want to taste the regular basic pizza. I
Yeah, I
like a
want those.
nice margarita.
Yeah, you want to taste those tomatoes and those spices and that cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Are the traditional products available there? Even though even here in America, we still import a lot of the products that we use. Are you able to source some of those same things there? Are you getting
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Marzanos and
The equivalents, I would call them equivalents. Like, like I buy muddy tomatoes and rice. I say mutti, mutti. I don't know,
yeah,
but I thought maybe you'd know it. It would, but
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
I've seen those tomatoes. I buy that. They sell, all the ingredients are pretty available. Mozzarella cheese isn't called mozzarella cheese here. I forget what it's called, to be honest with you. I just know what it is. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get
Just
that.
grab that. I'm gonna grab.
Yeah. And it took me a while, when I met Scott from Scott's Pizza Tours. We met at DeFara's Pizza in Brooklyn, and that's the best pizza I had ever had, until I met with Mike's Underground out of Amityville on Long Island. And I really aimed to make the DeFara's pizza, and I freaking nailed it one day and just figured it out. And I made it at home, and my wife, she was like on a diet, and then she went off the diet. She tried it, and she was like, "This is a 10 out of 10." She's like, "This is the best pizza I've ever had." It's a score, because that was my initial idea, was I'll make a New York pizza slice shop here in Sweden.
Right.
And I would still like to do that one day, but through the pizza community, then I found out about Mike's Hot Honey,
Hmm.
and it was, I had never had it before, and then I had it, and I was like, all right, I get it, but I like something with the seasoning and stuff like that. I'm a ranch dressing dude on pizzas. Some people will not enjoy that fact, but I like it, and so then I just dove all in. I was like, all right, well, and let me make a hot honey for myself that I really like, and I did, and then a bunch of people tried it and they really liked it. I'm like, I'm gonna jump into this too.
Your honey is good, and it differs from Mike's in a way where it has like this real savory flavor to it. Like it's not like candy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I
I
appreciate
can
the
hear that you, and then now here talking to you about it, it's clear that you went for that, right?
yeah,
You wanted a savory,
yeah,
tone to it, right?
something that I was going for in my mind, the ultimate pizza topping, where it was like combining things that, again, for me, it was a combination of ranch dressing and hot honey. And I just kind of blended the two. I really worked at that recipe, like just I come from a background. I worked in the food business for like 12 years. And so I've curated menus for other people, have meals, drinks. I've created recipes. And I was like, let me just put that effort and knowledge into something that I can do. So nobody was home, and I'm sitting here like a mad scientist with honey and peppers and all this stuff, and it felt like just like taking notes on the amounts. I was just waiting for like Doc Brown hair to just form on its own. But then when I got it, the thing for me too was letting it steep, because coming from also the bar background and food, whiskey, and the idea that on our website it says we treat our honey like fine whiskey, because it wasn't just getting the flavor, but for me, part of getting the deep flavor was really letting it sit and just soak in all the goodness of everything that was in there. And yeah, and it's farm honey too. It's not, no, I didn't cheap out and get some store honey. That we went to a local farm. I squeezed each bee myself. I was kidding. But it was yeah,
That's like
man.
those are
It's
the stories I tell my kids. Like, no,
yeah,
I really did that.
yeah, one by one.
So,
But yeah,
and what we're talking about for those who don't know at this point, holy hot honey, right? And this is where this all led to. Look at that.
yeah, man.
And thank you. Matt sent me over a bottle, some goodies. I don't have it here on the desk. It's on the cut table at the shop. But just beautiful
Thanks,
product,
man.
man. Good job, and it's great to see the labor that you put in turn into something that's real.
Yeah, I'm a project guy. My wife, thank God bless her, because it could easily drive somebody crazy marrying somebody who always needs a project. And it's yeah, man, you get it. And it's just one of those things. So when I'm super blessed the fact that she's like, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go for this. And she was a little timid at first for the idea, and I get it, because not everything in this world works out. So to make an investment of money, whether it be big or small, and honey's not cheap, so
Anywhere.
no, no, nowhere in this world. So, it's like, but the bottling machine, the freaking, all this other. So, and I went about it in the most cost effective way I could possibly do it. I had to go all in. That's how I do things. I either I'm going to give it all of myself. Like that sign says behind you, you are your only limit.
That's it.
It's the truth, man. the only person that's going to get in your way is yourself. If you give it all you've got, you're probably going to accomplish it to some degree. And, you know, you can accomplish it to any degree as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other.
I love that, bro. So what's your goal with Holy Hot Honey? What's the
I
what's
want to get
the mountaintop?
the mountaintop. You know, as I had said to the guy who I mentioned earlier, Garrett from Vincenzo's, he became a partner in this when I pitched him the honey, and I told him about it. I told him what the recipe was and stuff, and he jumped on. So he's currently like the New York side of this, and he's going to be able to handle some state stuff. I want to handle Europe. I want to make this the Heinz ketchup, you know, every table, you know, and that sounds so presumptuous and overzealous, but like the way I see it is, there was a quote I used to go by, which was like, aim for the top of a tree, and you're gonna hit the ground, but like aim for the stars, and you'll at least hit the top of the tree. So it's just shoot for the stars kind of thing. And I know that I have a good product. It's something that I can take pride in. And I'm not stupid. I'm not like uh naive where it's like I have a crappy product. I'm like, no, but I still believe in it. I worked at this, and I did the work of getting people to try it before I
Yes.
was 100% on the recipe. But when I sent you the bottle, that was already like, okay, this is the recipe
This
pretty
is
much.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but there were some other people that, you know, they tried it, but the recipe really never changed. I did two versions, and this was the second version. The first version had it was basically just chilies, garlic, and the honey, and it was good, but it wasn't as flavorful. But then I let people try what this became, and you can tell again when someone's blowing smoke. The good response is when you can see it, the taste lingered on somebody. I gave it to Mike from Mike's Underground in Amityville, big pizza maker. I don't know if you've heard of him. Very prominent dude on Long Island. And I let
Yeah.
him try it. And at first he's like, oh, it's good, it's good. And then in the middle of a sentence, like 2 minutes later, he's like, that's actually really good. Like you could tell the
It
flavor
came
lingered in his
back.
mouth. Yeah, and it was like, all right, now I know I'm cooking with grease. You know, that's something, because you never know when someone's blowing smoke, and when you find out it's legitimate. So my goal is to just make this known, make it out there. You know, it's fun too. If you've seen the stuff that I've put out on the page, we're still in the process of creating content. The product's not even fully launched, but it's about fun. The title came from the idea of, instead of cursing and be like, holy hot honey, that's good. And so it came from the idea of that, and just I love alliteration, so three H's, and just went with it.
It sounds like you already started to kind of think through the marketing and the promotion of the product. You know, even the package that I got came with like a little coloring sheet and a honeycomb and all the fun things that kind of leave a mark on you.
Yeah,
Is that the
that's
goal too?
it's important for me as you mentioned earlier, my full-time job as a graphic designer. And that's what I've done it for a long time, years ago before COVID, as a hobbyist. Then after COVID, it became my full-time thing. And part of marketing, if I get a product from somebody and I see aesthetics that are in this box, everybody loves the goodies, the swag, the stuff, and it just makes it's tangible. It gives you something to sink your teeth into. You know, I think now, since I sent you the bottle, now what we do is we wrap each bottle in this honeybee tissue paper, and it feels like you're
See, that's
getting.
cool.
Yeah, man, and the honey stick and the little papers, because I love that old school photocopy look, and like designing merch that's available. It's like people, I sent it to a company here, and this guy's like, man, like you really went all in on this merch. It's like, well, sort of, you know, again, I'm a graphic designer, so I'm banging this stuff out as the inspiration's flowing. But the idea of marketing this towards most of us pizza, and I shouldn't even say that, most pizza people, putting myself in that category seems a little ahead of itself, but like pizza people love that old school pizzeria vibe, that not even just Pizza Hut, but those 1980s hole in the wall wood panels, orange booths.
Pizza
Yeah,
night, Friday
yeah,
night. You know
it goes
that
with it.
that's how that's the whole vibe, and I love that you decided to take that direction with it. And look, you're pizza people, right? You're in.
Thanks, man.
You executed New York style pizza in Sweden. You are in.
You know, I said to my wife, I was like, there's not many things that I put all of my effort into learning. Like I'm the kind of person, and it sounds a little give up. If I don't nail something, I have to really want it to keep going. And with the pizza, I mean, I put on some weight because for months I was just banging out pizzas, man. I mean, I was trying. I had the stone and the steel in the oven. I mean, and I was just banging out pizzas over and over and over again until I went to New York, got the lesson, came back, combined what I learned with what I already knew, and boom. I mean, it really, I was psyched. I mean, truly psyched to nail
All right.
something.
All right. Now what's next?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the honey came, all along the honey was steeping. I think the first batch I had steeping for a month, maybe a month and a half, and that's what you got. You got one of those. Yeah, man. Some people were like, "Oh, it could be spicier," and it could be. And the intention was with this was like Frank's Red Hot. I love Frank's Red Hot. I don't know if you're a fan. I'm a
That's
big
my
fan. Yeah, man. Yeah, and because the thing that makes it so great for me is that it's not too spicy at all. It's just so good. The flavor's so strong. You get this nice warmth. And, our phrase is divinely sweet, sinfully spicy. And sinfully spicy wasn't necessarily, I guess, some people take that as like it's going to be crazy hot. It's like, well, no, because not most sinful things just feel good.
yeah.
So it
I
goes
get where
with
you're
that.
going.
It's not hellishly hot. It's just sinfully, spicy.
I like that. It's in a just a great play on words. I hear the alliteration in it too. Did you have like what was your go-to recipe when just using it or just trying it? Because like I'm not the traditional drop some hot honey on a pepperoni type of guy. That's not my deal. If I'm gonna put hot honey on it, we had it like when we were doing it in the shop, I had to create something totally different around it because I needed that flavor to do something different for me. So we did it with like a sweet red chili, some fried chicken, banana peppers. Like I wanted sweet, spicy, everything kind of, tied in with it. So
You've had it
always,
on fried chicken?
yeah.
It's good, right? On
Yes.
chicken? Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I
man.
did. I did it. So the pizza was like I did chicken tenders, banana pepper. I did a sweet red chili base, sweet baby Ray's sweet red chili base on
Mhm.
it. So it's like you're gonna get the heat from that, and then drizzle with hot honey over at the end of it, and it was just amazing.
That sounds spectacular.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can't do the pepperoni and hot honey. Not
no,
against nothing against anybody that does it, but like that's what everybody does,
sure.
and I can't do what everybody does. So
No.
I had to do it a little different.
And flavor profiles, like this hot honey has a different flavor profile. So to have something match, you don't, because you still want. I had this conversation with Garrett, like I said, one of my partners, and the idea to create a pizza around this is like you still want this honey to be the star of the show or to at least capitalize on its flavor. You can't let this get hidden. You can't, otherwise there's no point in using it. But I made myself chicken and waffles with this. And I mean,
See,
dude,
yeah.
god damn, it
It
was,
pairs well. It pairs well with fried chicken.
yeah, it really does. Our brand ambassador, the guy who was playing Wally Bizzardi, and if I don't know if you've seen him, the guy with the glasses and stuff, but he was actually saying to me, he's like, this might be more versatile. He said some woman at the pizzeria refused to try it on her pizza, but she wanted to try it on some fruit. And it's like, that's pretty cool that that's what she wanted. Wouldn't be my bag, but like on fried chicken, is real good. I had just tried it on margarita pizza. It was just basic pizza because I wanted to get the flavor, but I made that uh uh, DeForest style pizza that I put it on. So it was a little firmer, a little crisper, a little darker, and it worked out real good. Funny enough, though, I can't have too much honey because otherwise, like my skin gets these weird, like, so it's a weird business for me to have to be in. It bit me in the ass real quick, man. All of a sudden, I'm in my kitchen, I'm like, shit. I was like, God damn, can't even, you know. But it's good, man, because they say don't get high in your own supply, and it's like, well, I can't.
Yeah,
So then no one's ever gonna find me grizzly bearing it in the corner, just drizzling honey.
no, no, it'll be your last time. You don't want that. So in the early days, you're literally mixing this up at home. You decide to go all in. You're buying equipment. You're making investments. You're learning everything that you can. What was the most surprising thing that you learned along this way and like in the process?
I mean, it just there's so much information that comes from all ends of this. So it's like the most surprising stuff was learning about honey itself, like actually learning about honey from the honey farmer, which was pretty incredible to learn that like honey is the bees make it in basically 3 stages in the season. And if you get honey from the end of the season, you're getting top of the line honey, like extra spectacular honey. So that's what we're going to do as well, where we're going to put out like a black label honey, where at the end of the year, we're using different types of peppers and the finest honey that the bees supply, because it is flavorful. It's a bolder flavor. Like it's real good. So stuff like that, learning how hard it is to get a convection sealer for a cone bottle, because with one of these bottles, if you're going to get to have, you know, this type of seal on it, it's very easy if it was a square bottle. But to get the cone one, it was hard as hell. And the people who sold that, the distributor I got the bottles from, they're like, "Oh, you need this belt, the one of those big belt machines." I'm like, "I'm not doing that. That's crazy."
Where,
Like,
where am I gonna do this?
yeah, honey, we have to move the bed. We have to move the bed. So, but but then I found one. It just, it was a process, and I've put things together before through my business. I've helped other people with their products and stuff. So I had kind of an idea about some of this, but just learning how to treat honey too, learning how to make sure it doesn't ferment on you. To keep, especially because when you're talking fresh peppers, which is what we're using, there's a natural fermentation that can start to happen if you're not putting this at the proper temperatures. A lot of hot honeys use chili flakes, and that prevents them from fermenting, and it avoids any sort of product loss you're going to get. With this, I avoided it. It was like one bottle, because at first I thought, oh, this will be cool. Like, instead of, like at the bottom of a tequila bottle, there's the
There's
worm.
a pepper at the bottom of the yeah.
And I started doing that, but those bottles started fermenting, and I was like, shit. And luckily, my wife knew what that was, because my ignorance was like the bottom of the bottles are like blowing up, but the second you open it, it deflates. But I don't want that. You can't even balance it on a shelf, a teeter totter, But that was one of the things I had to learn, was about the fermentation, because the regular ones without the peppers in them, they were fine. There's no fermenting or nothing. It was great, actually. It worked out super well. I used fresh chili peppers the whole time, and then, a blend of spices that just really worked. I had, again, for me, it's like, as a musician too. It's people watching this be like, this guy does everything. I'm sure he does it terribly.
We're gonna have to go down the list.
Yeah, man. It's like, because it starts sounding like jack of all trades, master of none. But it's but musically, I just believe in, like, I'm not going to put a product out that I don't like. I'm not going to ever sing a song that I don't like. With honey, I wasn't going to, unless I enjoyed this flavor, I wasn't just going to do it to do it, because what's the point? There's a million people doing it. I wanted to put something out that's different, and everybody that's tried it so far has blatantly been like, "No, I haven't had one like this ever," and people seem to really dig it, which is great when you get the right people vouching for its quality.
So hot honey's kind of been really on the upward trend in the US for a few years now, right?
But
With
yeah,
the explosion of mics and everybody kind of trying to do DIY it in their shops because they don't want to pay the cost.
of course.
Everyone realized how expensive honey was. They're like, shit, I'm gonna make my own.
Yeah.
Some of it's working, some of it's not. Is there a hot honey trend in Europe right now?
No, not really. A few shops have picked up on the concept and dove in a little bit, like, and they're doing what you just said, where they're making their own in their shops. A lot of the hot honey here it's not really readily available. You can't go into the grocery store and find it, like, zero chance. But certain pizzerias are making their own. So for me, that was another thing that led me to do this, because it was like, well, I couldn't even get hot honey here, so I had to make my own in the first place. And it was like, all right, well, I can do this. If there's a market for it, there are pizzerias. Through the videos I had been making with my son, I befriended some of these people, so they allowed me to put this up in their shops and get people to try it, which is great. I'm gonna plan when we fully release the product, when the New York batch is ready, because it's steeping on Long Island, now. So while that's going, and I got this here, then we'll do some big giant holy hot hootenanny, and just, like, really make a big party of it, and just release this product, because
What's the timeline like from
from it depends. I really aimed to get it done. So for me, there was like, well, if I were to take the variables out of it, which was like ordering the bottles, I had ordered the bottles when this thing was already steeping, so I had to wait for that, wait for the machine, because the machine was available in Europe, but not Sweden. It was available. I had to ship it to a friend in Germany, who then had to ship it to me here in Sweden. And so that was how I had to get my machine, that the seals the bottles. So that took an extra however long, because shipping on it's not fast. But I would say, let's pretend I had those all right away. I could have gotten this done in a month, because I don't want to let the honey steep for any less than a month. I really want people to get the flavor that it's intended to have. Could I rush it? Sure. Is it going to have as much punch? No, because
So
the peppers eventually start dissolving, and not in like a rotting way either, because they're kind of preserved by the honey. If you looked at the peppers that I removed and I strained out the day of, you would have never known, oh, they've been sitting here for a month. The honey basically preserved it, like the Jurassic Park mosquito, in the sap of the tree. And it really was great. And then what we did in addition to it, to create no waste, was I took all of the remnants and created a marmalade, holy hot marmalade. So
I was gonna ask what happens to the peppers. Is there another way to use that product? But you just said it. There it is.
yeah, yeah, exactly that. Because I was like, there's so much left over, bits and stuff of all the seasoning and the veggies clumped together. So the marmalade is actually quite spicier than the honey itself, because you're getting,
Made directly from the pepper.
yeah, it's just a condensed, and then but it was also good. It was really good. I tried it on, my wife doesn't like that I snack, but it was like, hey, it's for work. It's for work. So just, like bruschetta chips just in this marmalade. It was great. Again, because I'm not going to give some, if it sucked, I wasn't just going to be like, oh, let's just still put it out there. But I like the idea of zero waste. Why would I, for productivity, yeah, why waste it? It does make sense.
I love it. All right. Speaking of waste, you waste zero time with your graphic design. You started a hot honey brand, but you also have one of the coolest things going on, which I didn't even know before today. As a performer, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, man. The sum of it, I was performing for a good amount of years, doing original music in New York. It's what I've done, but singing, songwriting, I did the whole thing. I had a pretty solid big band in New York too. But I come from an Elvis background. My father's a big Elvis fan, and made me a big Elvis fan, and I studied it very, very strongly growing up, learned how to sound like him, but then gained my own performing aspects by doing original music. I learned how to be myself. And then come COVID crushed a lot of people's dreams and stuff. And my band, we had been working at a common goal for about 3 years. It was Zeiss and the New York Sound, and it was going good. It was going real nice. And then COVID came and slapped it all away. And it was just like, by the time that was done, I had met my wife and already moved, and I wasn't going to restart things here. So I'm like, let me be the American Elvis in Europe, and it'll go great.
Yeah.
2023, my band and I won the European Elvis Festival as the Europe's best Elvis act. It was
Yeah,
it
that's
feels
pretty
disrespect.
cool.
It is. It feels a little disrespectful though, because like, yeah, I won Europe's best Elvis, but I'm American, so it felt kind of like if I was from Europe, I'd have been like, hey man, get out of here. This for Europe, and we're doing tons of stuff. We put out an album of the songs Elvis was supposed to do before he died, and I found the original demos and we recorded that, put out an album. And through that, I'm producing an Elvis documentary. Again, to anybody listening, if I was listening to this, I would be like, this guy's an asshole. Like this, like if I was listening to this myself, I'd be like, this guy's annoying the shit out of me.
No, this guy likes projects.
And that's the sum of it. I love Project, but because it always is. Okay, so the album, when I put that out with the Elvis group, it's like, that's an album I would want to hear. And it's like, nobody else is doing it, so I have to do it just so I can hear it. The same thing with the documentary. It's like, this is something I would want to see, so I have to make it because nobody's going
And
to make it.
it's not even. I love it because I'm a project guy too, and I think it's cool when your projects are to serve and to get to the people. It's like it's not self serving at all. It's not like you're just sitting around just doing things that are just gonna make your day cooler at home. You're doing stuff that's gonna,
Yeah.
it's for the world, for the masses. I love it.
And what you said is exactly, it's serving the people, and I'm one of those people,
Yeah.
like to me, I can separate myself where like when the product is done, I can sit back and be, oh, it's freaking awesome. Look, like can't believe this guy released it. Like, you're talking about yourself though, right? I yeah, but yeah, man, I'm a project guy. The music, the graphic design pays the bills. Music is an extra. It's something that I don't seek the way I did when I was in New York. When I was in New York, I was really seeking out to make a success of it. Now it's to, if you have music in you, you can't, it doesn't go away. So it's really to just burn that fire out, like a controlled fire. And it's just, all right, we're gonna do this, gonna entertain some folks and get our kicks off at the same time. But the honey is truly a business where, and I'm not even just saying that for the sake of this podcast. Like the honey is where I would like a future to go. Honey and a pizzeria that is New York style based here in Sweden, because it would be a hot commodity. It's like, yeah, there's profit in it, but it's so much fun too. For a
Yeah.
culture that hasn't experienced that, like I would want it to look like nice American pizzerias because they didn't have that here. Pizza didn't even come here until the 70s, which is like
What?
crazy, right? My father-in-law told me, I didn't have pizza till I was a teenager. He goes, it didn't come here till the 70s. So crazy, crazy, right? Because we come from a culture where pizza was just always there, always.
Yeah.
So, so
And
when,
huge, like not even like a novelty. Pizza was like an
yeah,
American staple.
a staple. I think I looked it up one time. I was like, how many pizzerias exist in the States? And I can't remember what it was, but of course, it's an outrageous number. Something that it's hard to imagine a business where people are able to feed their families and make a success of this, even though there's pizzeria on every corner, because that's how much we want it.
And continuing to grow every single year. New pizzas, new styles, new pizzerias. Almost every week, I see something pop up, and it's
Yeah, I mean,
cool because there's enough.
there's more than enough. It's like people want it, man. I mean, you just can't get enough pizza. If I mention pizza around my son, that's why we started, because I said to my daughter and my son, I was like, we want to do it. And my daughter's at the age where she's like, no, that's embarrassing. I was like, all right, whatever, screw it. So I said to and I asked her, and I asked my son, I was like, I was driving home from school, like, yeah, I was thinking about doing this channel where we go around and try pizza. You want to do that? He's like, yes, let's start now. And, it was fun too. And to do that, and we're going to get back into it. We did a video recently where when I went to the States, I bought like Amazon's top pizza flavored snacks. Some of them are awful. I have this
Sure.
one. I have like there's this one pizza candy, and I can tell you right now that's one of the ones where I have it in the video, but it's like the Jurassic Park thing where it's like they spent so much time thinking if they could, they didn't realize if they should, because it's like, yeah, there's
It doesn't matter
unnecessary.
because their mission was accomplished as soon as you hit buy,
Exactly, because it's a novelty candy and they succeeded. I don't know what they succeeded at, but they succeeded.
just to get the sale, and you still have it. So there it
Yeah, man,
is.
I won't toss that out. It's hilarious. It's like the next time somebody comes over, I'll be like, you want one of these melon candies? Let them get
Oh
it.
man, you got to get to the point where you get that shop going so that we can make a visit. My kids are pressing me so hard. It's like excited this morning on the way to school. It's our first international interview on the podcast.
Nice,
They're
man.
like, "What? Can we go? Can we go to Sweden after school?" Like they want to go now. I'm
You
like,
should. I'll tell you, man. If you come, we can do a pizza tour. Just like we can go around and all try pizza together. Because again, it's to have other Americans try the pizza is very particular. When I met Scott from Scott's Pizza Tours, I had and Paulie
super nice
G.
guy, by the way, too.
Yeah, real nice dude, man. So hospitable. And same thing, Paulie from Paulie G's. Garrett and I, we sat down with Paulie and just chatted with him for the longest time in his shop. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen his shop, Paulie
hmm
G's.
hmm
What a shop, man. I mean, that's the aesthetics. That's the
Well, I've
dream.
seen I've seen it on Instagram. I haven't
Yeah, yeah, of
been
course. No,
haven't
no,
been.
no.
Yeah, yeah. I would
The
love to.
dream aesthetics. I remember I went to first go during COVID, but there was a line around the block. I brought pizza to Paulie G and Scott. Like I took pizza from here and brought it over there and let them try it. And Paulie's reaction was that he said it was flavorless. And perhaps by the time it got to him, maybe I don't consider it flavorless. I just consider it a completely different flavor. It's a completely different product. My favorite pizzeria, Staunton's, here in my town, is great. It's the best that I've had around here. Completely different though.
Yeah.
The places that really succeed here are the Neapolitan style.
Okay.
Those do pretty well because the people who do it really took the time to learn that craft. Everybody else here is basically learning off of each other. So they've all learned to make the same exact pizza. It's like this guy taught that guy, then he taught that guy, and now they all taste the same. And I mean that on the T. You'd think it was the same guy making it. Um, and they do the job. I've
As
said
long as
that,
they're all doing a good job, then it's
yeah,
fine. And
yeah.
if they can all survive, they're all making money,
And
do
I,
it.
I go by the idea that all pizza's pretty great regardless. You know what I mean? It's I feel like it's so hard to make a really bad pizza. We've all had them though, but those guys are just really good at it.
Yeah. Look, I'm such a savage though. I'm like, I see pizza at the freaking gas station,
Yeah,
and
me too.
if it looks fresh, I might walk out of there with a slice or two. I'm not a pizza snob
No,
at all.
no. There's room for all of
I
it.
love pizza. Yeah,
Me
I
too.
love pizza. So I'm grabbing it everywhere. So I
Same.
would love to go out and try, different styles and how different cultures make pizza, because, that's what it's all about. And now here I am, like, in my kind of post pizza life, now that we've sold the shop. I don't know if you heard it.
Oh, I didn't know.
We sold the shop.
Okay.
Um it's been 3 weeks. I haven't made a pizza. I'm like losing my mind here
No.
at the house. And I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do next. And folks like you who've taken that time and learn how to, bake at home and, make dough I want to do that now.
Yeah, man.
So that's
It's
kind of like next stage for me.
it's fun, dude. I was gonna do it this summer, but I bought all the materials, but I didn't do it. I'm gonna build my own oven in the back, like so I could do wood fire, and I
Yeah.
bought the stuff
See,
and I didn't fulfill it. The summer was crazy busy, and but I want to do it because it's fun, man. My kids, their friends come over and I'm making pizzas, and again, for a culture that's never had pizza that tasted like this, and then to have my kids put it on a pedestal, their favorite pizza when they went to the States, we went to New York and they had Roses at Penn Station. That was their favorite. They thought that was great, and it is great.
quarter slices like that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's like, I mean, then because you hear the price and then you're like, oh, I get it. The slice is enormous.
Yeah.
But the pizza here, yeah, my wife also recognizes that I do what you said you do, which is if we were traveling on a gas station, they had Pizza Hut. Now that's not even just regular Pizza Hut. That's now gas station Pizza Hut, and it's like, it's just like a theme park pizza, but it was good. I liked it. It did the
Doing it.
Man, it did the trick. I'm cool with it. When I went to New York last time, I saw Domino's put out a stuffed crust. Boom, got it right away. I mean, I just got out of
Yeah.
the airport. I'm like, ordered.
I'm eating it. And I'm not an anti-chain guy. Hell, I am a chain guy. Um, by career, my spent 20 years on the franchise side. So like I get it. If it's consistent, they do a good job. It doesn't have to be, grande cheese and all that, nothing against all of that stuff. But look,
There's
I
room
just like pizza.
there's room for all of it. When I used to work at one of the restaurants, and of course there was always that cliche New Yorker who's like, "You like pineapple on your pizza? You must not be Italian." It's like, well, first off, I'm not Italian. Second off, that's ridiculous. It's just pizza, and I don't mean to say it's just pizza, but it's a food, and everybody has preferences, and I like both. It's like same thing. I could say the same thing with most foods. A burger. I enjoy a good McDonald's burger, but I also like a real grilled good charred burger. You can enjoy both. It doesn't make sense to like one so much that you're gonna not like the other. It's so silly.
Shame the other, like,
Yeah, yeah. That was the thing. Yeah, you eat Domino's. Oh my God, how could get out of my face? It's delicious.
well, I think in reality, that's a fun thing to do online and
Yeah,
bash all those guys. But the reality is those chains are doing billions of dollars,
yeah,
and not because people hate them.
yeah. For real. Yeah,
Somebody's buying it, so we
yeah.
can't all hate it. Let's not.
No, because
Don't kid yourself,
it's not just
guys.
convenience. Because a regular pizzeria is just as convenient, and yet they're
Yes,
still doing well.
yeah, they're still doing very well. They're still dominating sales. They
Yeah,
dominate markets. They open locations everywhere. So
and
they're doing something right.
they're good in their own way.
Yeah.
I love both. I same way I said Neapolitan pizza is here. I like Neapolitan pizza sometimes. I prefer Roman style, but I'll screw with all of it. Square pie, it doesn't, whatever. You combine cheese, sauce, and dough, and I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna try it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Do you have any aspirations to take Holy Hot Honey like beyond the food service space and maybe more to a retail level?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I really want to. That's a big goal. Is there's a lot of products here in Sweden specifically that started independently and then worked their way into a bunch of the chains, the store chains. And I really want to do that because I have some friends who they're in the food business as well here. They have, I'm sure you've seen it. I actually just befriended somebody, so I'm going to pick their brain and see how to go about doing it. Did you see the trend? It wasn't a great trend, but it was a trend online maybe a year or two ago. This where the people would open up the can of fish in their car that stunk and sprayed everywhere. That's from here, and
Re-
I
Well, I
know
don't
the
know why
people.
they did that.
I know the people that own that company, and it's called Sustruming, and it's an old style fish that's meant to be cold. First of all, it's not meant to be steamed and opened up in your car, but it's meant to so but the point of that being though, they have their product in stores and stuff. So I want to ask them, like, is there a method and a way to do this? Because this is the type of product that I think, because it's not popular here, but even if it were, I think even if this was on shelves in the States, I would pick it up out of curiosity, because that's just how I am. I'm a curious shopper. It's like, yeah, I'll try that. That sounds all right. Let me read it, see what it says.
You should meet my buddy Elliot here in Florida. He's kind of like the brains behind Todd's curry sauce,
Uh-huh.
and he is so smart when it comes to marketing and understanding retail when it comes to launching products like that. He's been in the sauce business for a while. He knows a lot of heavy hitters in that space here in the
I would
states.
love to talk to him because I want to get this in the States as well, of course. I want to make this everywhere. This is and I learned something where, the product that we sell here in Europe is going to be made with each country. We're going to try to make it with that country's honey, because Mike from Mike's Underground, he had a great point when we were speaking that he makes his honey with local honey because, of course, true, the local allergens that are in the honey are going to
Mm,
affect each demographic quite differently.
makes
So,
sense.
right? It blew my mind when he said it. I was like, of course, it makes sense. So that's going to be the one thing, here, at least for now, state honey, European honey, and although it changes state to state, but at least it'll be semi geographical. But I want
Yeah,
to get
I
it
think
on.
you could at least be regional in the
Yeah,
states.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, exactly. Because and it makes it more cost effective too. If you have multiple bottling scenarios, and you have a California base, you have an East Coast base, whatever it is, it's just you're gonna have much different climates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce you to Elliot because he'll tell you exactly what you gotta do as far as finding the right co-packers and having the conversations with the right type of people.
oh, that's great, man. I appreciate that. It's the again, then the product, we have another recipe steeping. It's completely different flavor profile. It's called the Holy Hot Honey Reaper edition. It's or Ghost Reaper. It's a combination of both. Exactly what it sounds like, but the seasoning's completely different. It's for an extra
Here comes the
spicy,
spice.
big spice up. And then I had another Hawaiian barbecue flavor, and that one's actually so good. Like that one I made new. It gives you the same satisfaction that you'd get from like ham and pineapple on pizza without the ham, because that would be weird, like just a hunk of ham in the bottom of the bottle. But it's so we have two other flavors that we're gonna follow up with, but this is the first one. I don't want to put the cart necessarily before the horse, but in marketing and products, it's always good to have a second product waiting to go, in case the first one takes off. You got to be ready to put this other one out. And this, yeah, this is something that I'm actually pretty proud of, because it took a lot of curating, a lot of time to make sure it was right. And I did tests with the label. Like I had three different labels, sent it around to a ton of different people, designers, regular people, saw what people took to the most, and then rolled with that. And just, yeah, just trying to make it something that people can take seriously. And like I said, the Heinz of the market. It was not reinventing the wheel, just making it roll faster.
Yeah, I love it, bro. You got to get me some merch too. I
I
need a
will, man.
t-shirt or something.
I need a hat
What
and a t-shirt.
I got you.
No, no,
For you, yeah.
yeah, but I would love yours too. But I meant I don't even have my own for Holy Hot Honey. Yeah, no,
I'll send you stuff. I'll send you some stuff.
I would love that, dude.
Shout out to Rockhead Hats for doing my hats, man.
Dude,
He does
I
a great
love that
job here.
logo, man. It's real
Logo
cool.
is good. You made a logo for us too. I want to put yours on one.
Thanks,
Um,
man.
we'll
The
use it. See if I,
podcast, right?
yeah, you did my podcast logo.
Yeah,
Let me
dude.
see if I lets me do it. Might. Oh, maybe not while I'm recording. No, it won't let me do it. But no, you did my Pizza King logo,
Yeah,
which is fantastic. It's like my main image on the Instagram page.
that's awesome, dude. Yeah,
So, thank you for that. And again, just another time where you just showed me some love, man, and just, took one of your projects and threw it out there for me. So thank you.
yeah, man. Of course, dude. Any community is give and take, and you got to show people what kind of person you are. So it's like, hey, when inspiration strikes, you go with it, and try to toss some stuff out there. Be like, here you go, here's this, and if you want it, cool. If you don't, no offense. It's like,
No, I was stoked. So you actually sent me a couple, so we just put it out there and let
yeah,
people vote and did it, and
that's
I still have
right.
both, and they're great.
I forgot you do the vote. That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so good stuff. Well, look, I know you spent an hour with me. This is fantastic. You put so much work into making a great product, and I'm proud to have been part of the process and just someone that you trusted enough to send a bottle and value my opinion. So,
Definitely, man.
wishing you all the success. What are the plans for launch? How will people find this product?
The idea first is to launch it to places and send out more samples and let people kind of taste it that way because essentially retail will be the best way to do this is to get it into the market and get it on shelves and that's when we'll announce a launch because otherwise for the people's sake shipping just isn't worth it. Like shipping for something is so expensive. This bottle of honey itself, just like a Mike's or who's ever else, it's like $10 to $12 per bottle and then you toss shipping on top of it and all of a sudden you're almost 20 bucks in for a bottle. The launch we haven't officialized like a big per consumer based launch. It's going to be more
Okay.
for businesses at first until we
All
can
right.
get it
So
on shelves.
So pizzeria owners, if you guys are listening, well, I know you guys are listening. This is who we're talking to. If we get the inside track, maybe we can get you a bottle in your shop to sample.
Yes, please.
But we're gonna charge a little bit of engagement for it.
Yeah, it's yeah, I want to send samples out. Again, we have stuff steeping here in Europe. We have stuff steeping in the States, and the goal is to send out some samples and let people try this. I want people to give it a go, give it a taste, and like
So go follow on Instagram, Holy Hot Honey brand. Tell them you heard it here.
yeah,
And say, hey, when you get a chance, send me a bottle. I know you guys are listening. We got a lot of great pizzeria makers, owners, operators out there that are doing some really cool things, and I'm
awesome.
sure a few of them would love to get on that list.
Appreciate that.
That would be fantastic. And I'm looking for the day that I walk into a shop and I see it there.
I'm looking
We
for that
see
day
we
too,
see
man.
it on the table. Like, hey, don't forget to add a little drizzle on your slice. That's what
Dude.
I'm looking forward to.
Ah, man, I appreciate the love on that, dude. I really do. It's fingers crossed, and here in Sweden they say thumbs tucked. So
Thumbs tucked.
thumbs tucked. I guess that's because if you punch, maybe I don't know. Actually, that's a good way to break your thumb. I don't know what their phrase is, but that's it. Thumbs tucked. I don't know, man.
Matt, thank you. This has been a lot of fun. Tell people where to find you, how to contact you.
Instagram, really, I'm always on Instagram, whether it's at Matthew Zeiss or at holyhothoney.com. You can my email for there is buzz@holyhothoney.com. And yeah, I'll reach back out one way or the other. Instagram, I'm always around. Too many things going on, so it's always checking one page or another. But yeah, man, that's the way. And then just want to spread the word about this because we have some fun content planned too, which just to make people show who we are as people. We don't take ourselves too seriously. Not me, not anybody involved. This is for the love of the sport.
I love it, bro. And obviously we're gonna support in any way we can. get the community out there. Go follow the page, share it. When you get a chance to try some of the holy hot honey, make sure you post something about it too.
Appreciate that.